Hey everybody, it's Warmind, and we're here to talk about Age of Darkness, the final stand, and which heroes are best for you. And so, all the heroes have strengths and weaknesses and stuff like that, and so just stay tuned to see which one is best for you. Alright, let's dive into it. So, Alice, the Queen of Nothing, what she is so good at is she could buff her team, and on top of that, she could actually boost your economy.
I shall lead.
And yes, you shall. And so one of the things that's really cool about her is she gets her own special unit, and it's basically a hunter instead of a crossbowman, which is fairly good. I'm not exactly sure if they're stronger or not, but they are really cool looking. Now I want to show you the Queen of Nothing's abilities. Alright, so her main ability is so cool. She basically summons two different troops, and then her other ability is she could buff all the troops around her, increasing their speed and damage. And those two main troops she recruits are tough. So she literally could be a one-man army just because she's one person spawning an army with her, so that saying goes really well with her. Her starting ability is pretty good too, because basically instead of her dying sometimes, she will heal herself, which is awesome. And then the first ability you'll get with her is you could actually summon one troop, but it's not as strong as the final ability. So what are my thoughts on her? Is she's the best at expanding fast early game, just because you don't have to buy troops, and she could expand herself because she basically recruits her own troops. So that is one of her core strengths. Her other strength is the fact that she could buff her whole team, which is awesome. That's endgame stuff right there. If you could buff your whole army, you could go soldiers or whatever, tons of archers, and just crush it. But I would say her weakness is she has no AoE ability or ability to attack anything out of long range. So Edwin, the wielder of the flame, he's an awesome hero. What I like about this hero so much is he's pretty much a nuker. He does the most AoE in the game, hands down. And, he rocks, a giant two-handed flaming sword, which is awesome. And so I'm just going to show you a little sample of just how good this guy is. So I'm just going to get to what we're all here for. There's this one awesome ability right here, his final ability. So you might be thinking, what am I doing? But so what happens after he takes so much damage, he bursts in flames around him and just kills everything. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. Edwin not only has that devastating flame attack, but he also has cleave on his giant two-handed sword, which is awesome. He also has a short range attack, which is devastating. It is his third power that you get. As you see, it's pretty strong. It's a good way, to effectively take out, mobs close. So, therefore, I think he's by far the strongest at holding the wall. And so his second ability you get is basically just lights his sword on fire, and he does increased damage. In conclusion, Edwin, the wielder of the flame, his core strength is he could nuke, he could also push back a breached wall, and stand his ground. But I would say his negative effects is he can't buff his team too well. Now let's talk about Visargo the Cursed Hand. This guy is awesome. He's basically a vampire, and he has the ability to heal at night and allow your team to heal at night. He also has long range abilities where he could attack the enemy, and he could become super tough when you click Serenity. And he's the only hero in the game that has actually ability to escape. Now, first off, early game, I have to say this hero seems to be a bit soft, but what I've noticed is this hero is actually probably the strongest late game. And the reason is he has two long range abilities. That is one of them right there. And he also has the ability to escape, which is awesome because that could get you out of trouble, but that's why this hero is so strong, is because you could put him in a nasty situation and use escape at the last moment, to get out of there. But this is his ultimate ability, which is gnarly because you could actually just kill things from a far distance, which is really cool. I think he's super strong, when he, has his main ability going on. Without it, he's actually kind of a weaker hero. He does take a lot of micromanaging to actually, increase your amount of damage. For example, I gotta target the siege guy right here, but, during the final phase, you ain't gonna have time to have your hero, click all the siege guys. You're gonna be more targeting them with your siege equipment. Visargo the Cursed Hand has two major strengths at the end game, which one is he has long range ability, and the other is the final wave is at night, so therefore your troops all heal while they're fighting. I would say his biggest downside is he's just weak in the beginning of the game, so it makes you basically expand slower so you have a smaller economy late game. So who is the best? Well, I think the developers did a perfect job balancing out all the heroes, and they are all equal. They have different strengths in different ways, but I would say this guy is by far my favorite. I just like him the most. But yeah, they all have their strengths, and each time I play, I try a different hero out. So let me know who's your favorite and why. Please hit the like button and the subscribe button to see more videos about this game. Thank you. You guys stay awesome. Take care. Bye.